Armista here. As you can probably tell, I recently got bangs. I watched a lot of videos before I decided to get bangs, and I also cut my own bangs. Thanks to a lot of those videos, I learned a lot of different techniques from some professional hairstylists that have their own channels. I watched videos from just typical unexperienced people, or I shouldn't say unexperienced, untrained people who have just been cutting their own hair for a long time. And I just thought I would add a few important considerations before, or things that I considered before I decided to cut my own bangs. I am obviously not a professional hairstylist. I have never cut my own hair before. The only time I have cut hair before is my Shih Tzu that I used to have, and my little sister. I had trimmed her hair a couple of times, but I mean that wasn't a big deal. It's just a straight line because she had long hair. So I just wanted to go over a few things because a lot of the videos that I watch say, if you are toying with getting bangs, just go ahead and do it. Just do it. Just cut your bangs. Just do this. It's only hair. It'll grow back. Which I completely agree. It is only hair. It will grow back, which is one of the things that I considered, is that my hair grows pretty fast, and I wasn't really concerned about it not growing back or taking too long to grow back. But a few things that you do also really want to consider, I just wrote down here. One of them is, how much time do you spend on your hair? Do you usually like to spend on your hair? Is your hair just kind of a nuisance for you, or do you put a lot of time into it? For me, generally, I just would wear my hair pulled back most of the time, and that's what I've done for most of my adultish life, I guess. For throughout high school and college, that's what I've been doing is, when I'm doing something or working on something, especially out on the farm, I either braid it or I just pull it back right at the base of my head there, just a low ponytail, pull it back, and then I can do whatever I need to do without having to constantly get my hair out of the way. So that's one thing to consider, is if you cut your hair or have it professionally cut and you decide to get bangs, it is going to take more maintenance than just whipping your hair into a ponytail every morning or just brushing it, because you will need to, especially when they're new, you'll need to train them. My bangs have only been cut for 3 days, so like you can still see, they definitely want to follow my natural part. They're still being trained to not keep a natural part. So it will take some maintenance. Also, depending on your hair type, your bangs might just kind of fall just flat against your forehead. In my case, they weren't falling flat, but I did cut them a little long. So every morning now, I'm taking a round brush and rolling them with a blow dryer. And I never blow dry the rest of my hair because it takes like an hour. I have a lot of hair. But I mean, so taking that extra 10 minutes every morning to just roll my bangs, and it doesn't take that long, just 5 to 10 minutes, but it's something that I wasn't doing before that was now added to my routine. Another thing is, if you wear your hair up a lot, or you're used to wearing your hair up and you're not used to having something in your face all the time, you have to consider, do you put your hair up all the time because it's irritating to you to have stuff on your face, or is it just for practicality purposes? If it's just for practicality, there's always bobby pins, there's headbands, hairspray, all sorts of stuff to get your hair up and out of your eyes when you're working out, or it's really windy, or you're just having a bad hair day. There are always ways to get it up and away from your eyes, from your forehead, if you're doing something that really requires you to have it out of your eyes. Last thing that I considered heavily before I decided to cut my bangs was my occupation, or rather my future occupation. Excuse me. So right now I actually work at a call center for a student loan servicer, so I do wear a headset all day, but my bangs are not going to interfere with that at all, nor is pretty much any way I wear my hair. The headset will squish anything. I'm not going to have a fancy updo. But I'm not concerned at all with what my hair is doing while I'm at work. I sit in a cubicle on a headset. No one really sees me, and I'm not interacting face-to-face with customers all day. So it's not that important what my hair looks like. You do want to remain professional, just because of your coworkers and, you know, your supervisor and everything will be seeing you to some extent in passing. So I do always try to remain professional, you know, have my hair washed and combed and everything, but it's not a big deal if my hair is cute. However, I am going to school to become an EMT, and I'm technically a paramedic student as of right now, and this summer I will be getting my EMT certification. Now with that, I will be wearing my hair up 100% of the time. I am not going to be bending over someone and just like constantly trying to get my hair out of my face. That's extremely unprofessional, it's unsanitary, and you do not need to be spending time trying to get your hair out of where it shouldn't be when you're saving someone's life. That's a little bit ridiculous to me. So I will be wearing my hair up 100% of the time while I'm working. However, I did want something that would be a little bit more feminine, and bangs are a nice way to have your hair still styled when your hair is up. So it's still a cute hairstyle, even though your hair is up and out of your face and it's not falling into anything or getting in the way of, IVs, bandages, I mean, all sorts of stuff. It's going to be windy and raining and all sorts of things that I don't want to be worrying about having my hair get somewhere it shouldn't, is mostly. But I can still have it styled with having bangs. So those are just some of the things that I considered before I decided to chop my own hair. Like I said, I'm not a professional stylist, as you will see in the following video that shows me actually cutting my hair. But at the same time, I just think there's more to consider other than your face shape and what type of bangs you should get for your face shape. And, oh, you want bangs, you're thinking about them, just to get them. Because I think you have some kind of life considerations of, I'm a very practical person, so I think of how it would affect me moving forward, not just the nights where I'm all dressed up and want to go someplace looking cute. You do have to deal with your hair every day until it takes a month or so, or however long it takes your hair to grow out. You're going to be dealing with these bangs for a while, so you have to consider, you know, if you're going to prom or you're getting married and you want bangs, you know, you are going to be dealing with them later as well, not just for that special occasion. So just kind of consider who you are as a person and what you like to do every morning. If you like to hit snooze and sleep in, which I definitely do, maybe you don't want to spend the extra 5 minutes on bangs in the morning. Maybe you just would like to keep your hair one length so you can whip it up in a ponytail. But those are just things that I decided to consider, so you can take those into consideration if you want to. Otherwise, just if you would like, stay tuned for the actual cutting of my bangs. Thanks for watching, guys.